Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show, and it is time for your Norwich versus Leeds pre-match chat. Damn, it feels good to be back. Normal service is resumed. You will get a live preview tonight as well, and of course the watch-along returns tomorrow live from 2 p.m, so make sure you don't miss a beat. So get your notification bell smashed. Subscribe to the channel. We're getting so close to 25k. Cannot quite believe it. Like this video as well, and without further ado, Halloween vibes, let's get into it. So folks, it is the return of Daniel Farke. Daniel Farke returns to Carrow Road for the first time since obviously parting ways with them a couple of years back now, but he has a great time at Norwich. Of course he does, getting 93 and 97 points respectively, getting them promoted to the Premier League twice. He's very well thought of down there. Be interesting to see what kind of reception he gets, because obviously he's now at Leeds United. But I imagine the Norwich fans, they're a nice bunch, aren't they? So they're gonna no doubt give him his plaudits when he comes out onto the pitch. But as soon as the game starts, then much like Daniel Farke was saying in his press conference, it's all about that game face. It's all about getting 3 points for Leeds United. And if we're being honest, out of the two sides, Leeds are the one that are in form. Norwich started the season really, really well. Hot tip to Andrea, who actually tipped these to get promoted at the start. But they've sort of fallen off a cliff. Maybe that's due to the fact that Josh Sargent and Ashley Barnes are both on the treatment table. They have quite a lot of injuries to Norwich. They have 6 first-team injuries to contend with ahead of Leeds United. Now, of course, Leeds United have injured players as well, but our squad is deep, you know. It has depth and it has weight as well. You know, we're seeing Nonto return. We're seeing Shackleton return. We've still got Spence to come back. But the players that are available, even the ones that aren't considered first-teamers, are better than what Norwich have. Now, that's no disrespect to Norwich, because Norwich are a very good side. And on their day, they'll score goals. And on their day, they can beat most sides in this division, especially at Carrow Road. Truth be told, they're a bit of a force at Carrow Road. They've actually collected the same amount of points as Leeds United at home and have played one less game. And we know how good we've been at home. I think the main gripe for any Norwich City fan is the amount of goals that they have conceded. They can score goals. They've scored more goals than Leeds United, 21 in total. But on the flip side, have conceded 19 goals. Their issues are at the back. There's rumblings that Norwich City fans are not happy with David Wagner. They weren't happy last season. He started the season well. Okay, let's give him time. And then they've fallen off a cliff. They conceded 6 goals against Plymouth. And they've just got 1 win from their last 5 games. So you can understand why Norwich City fans right now are not happy, especially when you consider they weren't happy last season. Yeah, it started well, but, you know, are we seeing a carbon copy of what happened to them last season, and therefore, do they want a change? And I believe there'll be some serious rumblings if Leeds United go there, play to our best capabilities, expose that defence, which has been exposed on a number of occasions this season, conceding 19 goals in total. I believe that if Daniel Farke was to take Leeds there and we were to score a few, then, you know, the noises of Wagner out could be very, very loud. Now, that's could. Whether we will, I'm not so sure. I think it's going to be quite tight. I do believe there will be goals. I believe there'll be goals in it for both sides. Leeds United do have a rock-solid defence this season. It goes without saying. I think we've got the most clean sheets in the league, or at least level with Leicester City, who sit top of the table. But ultimately, even without Sargent and without Barnes, Norwich City have goals. They're getting goals all over. They're pretty shared amongst the squad. Adam Idaho, who's playing up top at the moment, he has 5 goal involvements. And from midfield in Sarah and Rowe, you've got a lot of goals and assists. Both of them two this season have been pretty electric for Norwich, having 6 and 7 goal involvements respectively. Sarah's getting all the plaudits, but Rowe, I think, has got the most goals within the squad. So if you were to ask me who I'm most concerned about, it is them two that'll play in the 3 that sits behind Adam Idaho. So them two there will need to be taken care of. Of course, Ethan Ampadu, we would expect him to be able to do that job to a sufficient level. He's had a great international break, keeping the likes of Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic quiet during the international break, and we know how good they are. For me, he's the best 6 in the league. Others will say other names, but for me, he's streets ahead. I think the key thing to remember, though, is the fact that Daniel Farke is coming back to Carrow Road, and David Wagner won't want to lose this game. I've got shades of a little bit of the fixture against Russell Martin. That didn't go the way Leeds United wanted it to. I don't think Norwich will put 3 past us by any stretch of the imagination, but I think the occasion might mean that Norwich could pull something out. There'll be a few of the players that were there than when Daniel was there. Wagner won't want to lose against, so I just feel this could be pretty tight, and ultimately Norwich City will look at this fixture as a chance to reignite their season. They're only a couple of points outside the playoffs. As bad as their run's been, as I say, 1 win in 5, this shows the Championship. You can go on long losing runs and still be within a shout. This is the madness of this division, and that's why I bemoan the quality of it. I think Leeds United are streets ahead of it, along with Leicester. I know Ipswich are flying at the moment, but I'm just hoping tonight against Rotherham they could pull something out, because we need to start pulling them in. But ultimately, if we are to be considered to be as good as Leicester and Ipswich, we need to be winning these games against teams that will be considered to be in with the shout of the playoffs come the end of the season. These are a very good side. They've got a decent manager who has done well in this division before. Okay, it's not been great for him at Norwich, but he knows what's needed. He's got a bit of history against Leeds United. Obviously, there was the touchline fracas between him and Monk way back when they were promoted, in fact. So there's a little bit of needle there as well. So I just think that this occasion for Norwich might mean that we'll see a very good performance from them. I hope that doesn't become the case, but I've just got a feeling. I do think Leeds United will win, and we'll get to my score prediction in a bit, but I don't think it's going to be the result that sees Wagner get the boot, for example. I think it's going to be tight. I could see goals for both sides. I do believe they will be over 2.5, because ultimately Norwich City have seen over 2.5 in the last 5 outings against Leeds United, and have only kept 1 clean sheet in our last 13 head-to-heads. So there will be goals for both sides. Defensively, they're poor. I believe Wagner might look to recall Giannoulis and Fastnat to the defence. I don't know what's going on with Omar Badeli. There was a lot of Leeds fans that would have fancied him. I don't know if he's nursing an injury. I can't find that he's injured currently. But he's played just 20 minutes all season. 2 appearances off the bench. And I know he's well thought of. So I don't know what's going on at the back. They've got no Grant Hanley. And as I said to you, they're conceding a hell of a lot of goals. So I think Leeds United will score. We have too many attacking options for this Norwich defence to contend with. You're going to have Nonto on the bench. You've got Jadon Anthony. You've got James. You've got Somerville. You've got Rutter. You've got Pirot. There's chances aplenty. There's goals aplenty within this squad. And look, Leeds United are in great form. We've just 1 defeat in our last 9 games. 1 defeat. And when you consider we've played 11... that ain't bad going. So I do believe the odds are, forever in our favour. I do think we will win this game. I am going to go for a 2-1 win. This is the lineup that I'm going to go with. Now, I can already hear you moaning about Luke Kaelin. Ultimately, Archie Gray is a young lad. The way that Daniel Farke was speaking in the press conference, annoyed that England had played him as much, I don't think he can then go and start him at the weekend. It seems very strange that he would do that. And if he does, then he's been a bit of a hypocrite for me. You've also got the fact that Shackleton's just back from a shoulder injury. So I think Luke Kaelin will be used at right back. I also look at Dan James's exploits during the international break. Murmurings from me and from what I've been told that maybe Jadon Anthony wants more minutes. And look, he was only at QPR because of a knock. I think Jadon Anthony will start. And the rest will remain the same. I really like Kamara last time out against Bristol City. So keep him in there. Look, if Gray's ready to go and Daniel Farke opts for him, I'm more than happy with that, because I thought he was fantastic at right back. But I just think with him bemoaning his minutes, I think we might see Luke Kaelin there. And that's all right. We might need a bit of championship experience going down to Norwich against Wagner, against some of these players that have played under Farke before. And of course, there's the return of Adam Forshaw as well. It'd be nice to see him get some minutes this season. I know he's only played a bit of a bit part so far, but we'll wait and see. But as I say, if you were to ask me where my money's going, it's definitely on Leeds United. I think we'll win the game 2-1 or 3-1. I'm going to opt for 2-1. I do think Norwich will score, but I just think defensively, they're really poor, and you know, our attacking prowess and the options that we have will mean eventually we will score not 1 but 2 and maybe even 3, but I'm going to go for 2-1 Leeds United. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you take a point and then go win at Stoke? I think for me, we just need to get on a run. And I go into every championship game expecting Leeds United to win. And that's not arrogance. I just feel our quality is much better than the majority of this division. Having played 11 games so far, going up against teams that are considered decent in this league, on good runs of form, and I've looked at them and gone, you're garbage. You're poor. So for me, I'm expectant. I'm expectant, and I don't think it's wrong for Leeds fans to be expectant. That's not to say it's going to be easy. I don't think it will. But Leeds United must get 3 points, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leeds United win. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments, and then of course hit that notification bell. Make sure you look out later on for the live stream that we'll be doing, obviously talking with Andrea, with Lockie, Lloyd, other Leeds United content creators about tomorrow's game. Thanks as always for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, getting so close to 25k, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.